Hi, this is Mark, and I'm going to talk to you about a problem that we all face as volleyball coaches. We plan our practice, go into the gym, and run our training. But then when we watch our players compete, all we can do is shake our head and say, "Wow, I know I taught you how to do this." Yep, we've all had this feeling as coaches. It's almost like a disappearing magic trick. Look, coach, no skills, despite all those reps that we've done. The big question facing all of us as coaches is, how can I make skill training more sticky? The motor learning scientists out there have done some pretty interesting research relating to skill stickiness. The problem is that their research shows us the ingredients that we need to help skills stick. But they don't really give us a recipe for how to do this. Now, even though I've been fortunate enough to develop 2 different college programs to top 10 national rankings, my athletes still struggled with this problem, and one day I finally decided I'd just had enough. I encountered some very interesting research on video feedback, but frankly this was something that most of us had not really been able to take advantage of because of the limitations of our technology. As it turns out, when the coach and athlete can use video in practice as a mirror to show the athlete exactly what they're doing in very close proximity to their actions, they improve very rapidly. Now, I first started using video feedback technology seriously back in about 2007 when the flip camcorders first came out. They were point and shoot simple, and you simply couldn't mess them up. They were really easy for the athletes to use to give themselves feedback and to even give their teammates feedback. Rest in peace, flip camera. But when the iPhone and iPad came out and put HD quality video in your pocket, that was a game changer. Now, I've got over 200 video and photography apps on my iPad, and pretty much every night I sit down, open up the App Store, and enter the search video, just to see what's new on there. For the most part, if there's a video app, I've seen it and used it. Back in 2011, one of the first iPad-based techniques I used was called a video feedback circle. I used it with groups of 6th and 7th grade summer campers. When we used exactly the same teaching cues, but then added the video feedback circle, we started seeing radical rep-by-rep improvements in about 2/3 of the players. These stunning differences in how quickly players learned when we added immediate video feedback set me off on a 3-year journey. I reviewed hundreds of research abstracts in the areas of motor learning, pedagogy, and feedback techniques in both sports, the classroom, even surgical training for doctors. Over the past 3 years, I've been actively testing the ingredients suggested by this research in my own gym, and discarding and refining various approaches to develop reliable recipes that help players learn faster. One of the first and very most important things for us to do as coaches is to stop doing the stuff that leads to unsticky skills. The motor learning research is very clear about what this is. And once we stop doing the useless stuff, then we need to start doing the things that serve as learning accelerators so that our players can learn much more rapidly. This past spring, I had another critical test with my own team because I set some extremely ambitious learning goals for our 5-week training period. We used a set of very specific video feedback training techniques every week, and the proof of its effectiveness came in a very interesting way. Both of my assistant coaches each missed 1 week of practice at different times during the spring, as well as one of my rising seniors, and each one of the 3 of them said basically the same thing when they came back into the gym after being gone for a week. Wow! The team is a lot better than it was last week. Now keep in mind that all 3 of them are used to seeing the normal pace of change and even some of the more advanced things we've been doing over the last couple of years. So let me introduce you to Volleyball Video Lightning, which takes all the research that I've been doing over the last 3 years and the experimentation in my own gym and puts it into easy-to-use formats and recipes that any coach can understand. There are 7 videos and over 60 minutes of detailed specifics in this coach video training series. The foundation of Lightning learning is using a specific app on either your iPad or your iPhone to provide immediate video feedback, right there on the court as practice is happening. I've taken all those motor learning ingredients and turned them into rapid learning recipes like the open-face sandwich and the 3x backboard formats. I've also developed a series of research-based effective feedback filters that will magnify the impact of everything that you do. Volleyball Video Lightning includes specific coach training videos on the core motor learning principles you need to regularly apply to your practice. There's a step-by-step app walkthrough so you can get started right away. I've included a specific video on how to set up your video feedback unit in your gym, where to place it, where to point it, what to watch for, and a variety of skills. As I've already mentioned, there's a detailed training video for you on the learning formats that I've developed, as well as the feedback filters you can use daily to help accelerate the learning speed of your players. For those of you that want to be on the cutting edge, I've also included a separate video on advanced training techniques. There's really not another training resource like Volleyball Video Lightning available. Keeping in mind that I've been training college volleyball players for over 30 years now, in my estimation, Volleyball Video Lightning doubles the learning speed for most players. So this brings us around to the most important question: how much better could your team be if they could learn skills 2 times faster than they do right now? With the modern technology that's available to us, it's time for our gyms to start looking different. It's time for us to help players learn faster. It's time for Volleyball Video Lightning. Thanks, everyone. If there is a link or a button below, click it. If not, go to volleyballvideolightning.com/start.